And then the next one goes, governor's hands, so we go, and governor's hands. The next one just goes, laws and rules, if you go, laws and rules. The next one goes, public schools, if you go, public schools. So this is the bit that preempts the arrival of Fed.
The chapel itself was built in 1833. It's the third Wesleyan chapel or meeting house in St Just. And in its heyday, it used to seat 1,800 people for 2 services every Sunday. Christmas last year, we had a Christmas tree festival in here, and it was beautiful. We had no lights in here at all except for the Christmas trees and fairy lights around the gallery. And one evening, the door opened, and in walked Ed Rowe. And he came through the middle doors and took one look up there at this beauty and just went, wow, this is where it's got to be. And he explained about his play Hires and what it meant for the area in terms of the mining history and the context of the First World War. And there was no question of selling it to him. This was a performance place. Here is a performance he wanted to do, and it would be ideal for it to happen in his chapel. And he came through the side door, and he looked up and he said, "This is the globe of the West." And that's what I have always thought about this place. I've sat in pews here before. I thought I'd love to put on Tempest or Lear or something like that. Well, in marched Ed and said, let's put a play on. And this is our first play.
It's our first day of rehearsals for Hires, which is a play I've written over the last 3 or 4 years about Cornish tin miners from Giver tin mine, which is a mile or so that way, and requisitioned by the British Army to go off to the front line in World War I and tunnel under the front line and blow up the enemy from beneath.
That was the last working shift. 86 was of closure that most people really remember.
I got the inspiration from a book called Battle Beneath the Trenches, which is about Cornish tin miners. And that's what kind of inspired me to start writing something, because I just thought how incredible it is that, and how tragic that men probably that led and worked really dangerous lives in Cornish tin mines were then quite quickly, once the war started, underground digging tunnels in Europe. And the work was really tough. And I think those elements will inspire our performances, and they certainly inspired the tale. So, and the cast and crew we've got, they've got a good grasp of Cornish culture and Cornish lives and what surrounded the mining, whether it was wrestling or rugby or the food or the myths and the legends. All that has fed into this story, and hopefully will inspire some amazing performances.
Seth's music is rooted in Southwest and is rooted in a lot of the language and the landscape of the Southwest and of Cornwall in particular. And if you look at some of his albums and some of his songs, then there's actually quite a long commentary on this particular region of the mining region. It's going to be a magical process.
My name is Hal Sylvester, and my job was to design the set and deliver it. I was diving headfirst into the scope of the worlds we had to create within this piece, within this beautiful chapel. Simon's first thoughts were that it didn't look like anything in particular. It was an abstract structure, but allowed people to be in different places and in different locales. Ed's input was that he visualised people on trucks, on mobile platforms, just to create a sense of the 3D underground I tried to create an adventure playground, really, and the main motif of the set was that it's chunky and it's wood and it's mining architecture. I was obsessed with the notion of a terranium with a glass front where you see the beetles burrowing around and it's all 2D. And I wanted to create that kind of quite rigid inner box 2D passage of the miners, the Germans and the Cornish, trying to make every element work became a very snug jigsaw.
1, 2, 3, and me,
For me as a director, it's been really great working with quite a large company and in quite a large, unique venue. So sort of putting together a story and pictures and weaving music in and out, it feels like it's a special piece. It feels like people have been saying, oh, it feels like a West End show. You sort of don't expect it. Then you come in and you see the sound design, you see the lighting design, you see that huge set, you see the community choir. As a outcome, I think the show stands up to and probably slightly exceeds maybe what I was thinking it would be in the first instance. And then I think the other outcome that I hadn't really counted on was how much it's meant to St Just and how much it's been a boost for the local economy in the last week or so. The beautiful thing about it is because the venue has got so much it's steeped in history, it's built for miners, the mining community. So telling this story in this location is just like a perfect fix, really.
So Simon asked me would I pull together a group of people, and 45 people later, here we are.
The cast and crew did wonder if people would even be bothered to travel all the way down here. And it's turned out, once the first performance was over, the word got around and it's been a sellout performance every night. It's fantastic.
I can't think of any better place to perform than here in this lovely, iconic building. A wonderful local story, very moving.
What's amazing is that this chapel has tunnels underneath it that the miners would have mined in, so it couldn't be a better place, really.
I think you can feel it as well. I think being in here and doing the show in here, you get, as an actor as well as I imagine for the audience, you get a sense of how special this location is.
It's the best camaraderie on a cast that I've been with in my whole working life in theatre. Like the fact that we eat, we smile, we laugh, and we play together every single day is amazing. You don't get that in other casts. It's not a universal thing.
Folding hills and a silver lane, a weeping maiden evening in the rain. Roses ramble and the trees hang low. We sit and drink to all good friends we know. 'Tis I, my love, who leave in June. For 25 days, none more. Now mark that spot from whence I came. It's for king and country I'll come back again. first season passed without news. 2 weeks gone and still.
I only ever think about people coming along to a show or a gig or a stand-up gig and being entertained, and that's all I really think about, is them coming along and laughing, being moved, being energized and mesmerized for an amount of time.
The story means a lot to the people of this area, and it's really landed, and people are very, very supportive. Even people that haven't been to see the show know it's on and are kind of really pleased about that. The restaurants are heaving, the pubs have been busy, you know, and they're saying at this time of year they're never normally busy. So that's been great, and also getting footfall through this amazing building as they're trying to save it. You know, 18 months ago this place was going to be either knocked down or turned into luxury flats, and this feels like hopefully something that will help the regeneration of this place as well. So, yeah.
It's the people of the area that have made us feel as though we are present within the area. We're here with people who belong here.
I think what I found most amazing is all these miners from the past kind of 50, 60 years have come out, almost like they've come out of the ground yesterday, and they come up to us and say things like, we absolutely love the show, but most importantly, they say the kind of the way we portrayed Giver and the banter between the men and the brotherhood was exactly like it was. And no matter who we've spoken to, they, whether it's Grant or Eddie down at Giver, they kind of can only go so far painting a picture of what it was like working underground. And you know that we can't go to where they've been, but when they say you've done an amazing job of painting a truthful picture of what it was like to work underground, then I think we've done a really good job.
Folding hills in a silver lane, a weeping maiden evening in the rain. Roses ramble and the trees hang low. We sit and drink to all good friends we know.